Hello, I'm Tatami. Welcome to my diary. Here I talk about whatever I want to, and today I want to speculate on Lori Harvey's long term goals as a celebrity and, as someone in the public sphere, and also, my thoughts about perhaps her going the Paris Hilton route. You know what I'm saying? Taking that path because before Paris was this bombshell businesswoman, billionairess of 2011, blah, blah, blah. She she was a socialite, but she didn't really pop into everybody's thoughts until she had a long-termish ex-lover leak a sex tape. She didn't have him do it. He just did it because he needed attention. I don't know. He was a poker player. I'm not sure exactly the details. She off did not authorize this. That's what I'm saying. She did not authorize it at all. But it happened. And because the scandal with the man occurred, she blew up around a lot of people. A lot of people wanted to see it. It was a big deal back then. It's still kind of a big deal today. We've still had a few weird nude celebrity moments that are just like, okay. But Paris Hilton was a big deal. And she took all this attention and she kind of flipped it on us because then she started, just enjoying her life, going out. She was the party girls, the it girls. She got a reality TV show. She was interesting. She seemed likable. She had friends. She had a whole empire start building, right? She started releasing perfume after perfume. She's made bank off of these damn perfumes. She's made bank off of handbags. She's made bank off of a bunch of random stuff, which, I mean, I'm not saying she didn't start from wealth, but I mean, Lori Harvey is starting from wealth. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm very confused as to what Lori Harvey is doing because I feel like she has the scandal already. What with the starting with Diddy's son and then getting with Diddy and then now she's with Future. Wasn't she with somebody else in between then? I'm not sure. I mean, it was just, it's just her having fun, and I understand that. But I think there has to be something else on the side of it. I think perhaps she needs to invest in herself, invest in her brand. She just doesn't come off as a very, likable, you know what I'm saying? Like, Paris Hilton still seemed like she seemed aloof, but she still seemed like somebody you may want to hang out with. Lori Harvey, in a lot of ways, seems like she's just like, who do you see her with in the news that's not a man? You know what I mean? Who do you see her with in the news? It's almost like, that Remy Ma is always beefing with women. That's one thing I always notice is you rarely see her. She collabs with someone and she beefs with somebody. She DMs with somebody and she beefs with that person. And she rarely really keeps a relationship unless she's, trying to make money. And so that's something I'm kind of noting with Lori Harvey. I always note when women have struggles with other women, and it doesn't really, I'm not saying she has struggles, I'm just saying I just never see her out and about with other women. Whereas with Paris Hilton, she dated a lot of really high profile men, same thing as Lori Harvey. And she has pretty long relationships, like 8-9 months, with these people. But I'm saying that wasn't who you knew her with. You know what I'm saying? You knew her with Nicole Richie. You knew her with getting in and out of limos, going to the club. You knew her from a bunch of things that didn't have nothing to do with a man, with perfumes. Her style, her signature style, right? She used to wear those fucking jumpsuits, and fucking everybody was wearing those damn jumpsuits because it made your booty look good, but nothing else really was accentuated. But they were comfortable. I loved mine. I was like 15, 16. I thought I was so badass. And then they all started showing up in Ross, and that's when you kind of knew it was over. But then you still bought them because it was still kind of in. Anyway, good times. My point is that Paris Hilton was known for a bunch of things that had nothing to do with a man. So when she was attached to a famous man, it wasn't just people ragging on her. Oh, Paris Hilton, you know, she's always out here looking for attention with the men she's with. No, she had a bunch of attention on her own that had nothing to do with any man whatsoever. And I'm hoping Lori Harvey takes kind of that same route. I don't know what she's thinking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is still really early on and I'm like jumping the gun because I just keep seeing all this slut shaming bullshit from people. And so I'm like, is there an end game here? Maybe I'm pushing her a little too hard too soon. I'm not actually sure of her age totally, but I do think she looks really young in the face. Really young in the face. And I don't want her to totally ruin all this respect people have for her in her first few years in the game before she even gets up with her perfume idea. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like people are really eager to throw her in the garbage and write her off as, you know, some kind of pass around in the industry. And I hope that's not the case. And but I mean, and I hope if it is the case, she's just, you know, she has like an IUD or a what are the implant on or something, and she ain't gonna have none of these people's kids, especially future, especially these weird men. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, my whole point is I really hope she finds her thing. I hope she finds like a business thing to get into. And also some social ish to get into that has nothing to do with men, has nothing to do with a man. She needs to get a best friend and they need to, you know, start hitting the town together, having fun, become it girls, kind of similar to how Paris did. I mean, I'm not saying she has to copy everything, but I'm saying she has to figure something out that's a similar vibe. And being without a man is really important. Having something that signifies you that's not a sex tape or something similar is really important, because it may, or you know, or you be leeching from son to father or whatever, however the story is trying to make it seem. I believe it's very likely that she was interested, you know, in the son because, you know, his connections, and I'm sure Diddy saw her and was like, ooh, you know what I like, and so I'm sure it was like a weird mutual thing. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's that weird industry. They're all dating each other. So it's not very shocking to me, I guess. But yeah, I mean, she needs to figure it out. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think she should be doing? I think that would turn everyone's thoughts around on her in an instant. Her issue is that what is there to do? Everyone's already done fast fashion. That's not really in anymore, especially with the pandemic. Everyone's fucking done makeup. Perfume is pretty much already kind of done. I mean, maybe she could bring it back. No one's really done it like Paris since Paris, but I mean, I don't know. But you know, something like the similar kind of things, like perfumes and handbags, I don't think would be the worst thing for her to get into. Something that's high fashion, that makes her seem like really down with something that's not hanging out with like random men. I don't know. You can't, your whole life can't be centered around men. And so I understand she's really enjoying the attention because she's really young, you know? And when you're young, the compliments hit different, right? When you're young and you're getting all the compliments, you're like, you want to follow the compliments. When you're older and you get the compliments, it just makes you feel good. But then when you're younger, it hits a lot different because you're just not used to it yet. So I'm thinking maybe that's where she's at, and that she's going to figure it out and perhaps become a little more self-sufficient in her own woman. You know what I'm saying? Her name will just be in the headlines by itself because it's something she's doing for her. That's what I want for Lori Harvey. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and may your ancestors and spirit guides be with you at every crossroads.